Never known a girl like you before. Now just like in a song from days of yore. Here you come a knocking, knocking on my door. And I never met a girl like you before. Hey, how you doing? Justin here. In this lesson today we are checking out A Girl Like You by Edwyn Collins. Really, really great song for working on your A minor, D minor and E minor chord grips. We're going to be using a capo at the 3rd fret, and just to interject here, anyone who's looking for a proper authentic way to play this, it's using bar chords. You'll be using a C minor bar chord, an F minor bar chord, both at the 8th fret, and a G minor bar chord, which is up 2 frets. But we're doing a kind of a beginner's version, and we're going to be using the open chords, which will sound exactly the same. You can play along with the record if you've got the capo on the 3rd fret. It's the same chords, slightly different ways to play them, but I just thought I'd mention that from the off so I don't get too many haters leaving funny comments. So we're going to check out the strumming in a second, but first of all, as I always recommend, get the chords down first. And this one's kind of interesting because it's got one chord sequence that's used almost all the way through the song, and I'll explain to you where it's not. So let's look at that chord progression first. What we've got is a whole bar of A minor, followed by 2 beats on D minor, 2 beats on E minor, then a full bar of A minor again, 2 on D minor and 2 on A minor. Now that's the sequence. It's really important. Full bar of A minor, 2 on D minor, 2 on E minor, full bar of A minor, 2 on D minor, 2 back on A minor again. That's the main sequence. Now, really, to be honest, I thought that was the sequence pretty much for the whole song, but there are a couple of points where it's different, and that's generally where he sings the line, "I've never met a girl like you before." He's just changing between the A minor and the D minor. He doesn't at all go to the E minor, just for that little line where he sings that bit. So the first thing I'd recommend you practice up then is that basic sequence there. So just working on this, starting off just 4 strums, 2 on D minor, 2 on E minor. Especially if you're a beginner, that's really what you want to be working on. D minor and back to A minor. Same whole sequence again. A minor for a whole bar, D minor, E minor, A minor for a whole bar, 2 on D minor and back to A minor. So that's really what I'd recommend. And if you're a beginner guitar player, like a proper kind of stage 2 dude, then you probably want to stick with that. And you can play the whole tune like that, really. And I don't think too many people will notice, really, to be fair. So if you want to kind of make the strumming a little bit more authentic, later on in the beginner's course, I think around stage 6 or something like that, do I mention? Yeah, we start looking at a tied strumming pattern. And there's one pattern, I tend to call it Old Faithful because it's used a whole lot. And it's this. Down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. And this pattern works great for this song. In fact, it's pretty much what's on the record, is this pattern. Down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. Remembering, of course, the big deal is to keep your hand moving nice and smooth so it doesn't really stop. You can see if I just keep my hand moving like that, you wouldn't be able to tell what strumming pattern I'm doing. Could be doing anything. That's the big secret there for your strumming, really important thing that. So once you've got that, practice the pattern up just on one chord, of course, gradually develop your tune, get the chords down first, be able to play it with a real simple strumming, then practice the strumming pattern with one chord, and then try and apply it to that sequence. Now, in this case, you're going to be going down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. So you've got when you go over to that E minor, you've got quite a quick jump. So A minor for the whole strumming pattern, then down, down, up, up, down. Same thing again, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. So you've got that change there when it's kind of half a bar on each chord. The second chord in that bar is going to be changing on we call it the and after 2 is the proper expression for it. It's sometimes called a push. It's not really a push technically because it's not at the end of the bar, but I'm complicating things more than they need to be. let's have a play through the verse. So once you've got that kind of strumming pattern down, just practice it through there. Remember that the only time it doesn't use that same sequence is where he's got the line, "I never met a girl like you before," where he's just changing, instead of going to the E minor, he goes back to an A minor. So let's play through. So I'll stick with the real easy strumming, right? So here we go, 3, 4. I never met a girl like you before. A minor, 2, 3, 4. D minor, back to A minor. Now A minor in the song, from the D minor to E minor, full bar of A. D minor, back to A. One more of those. Here you come a knocking, knocking, D minor to E minor, full bar of A. Ba, ba. D minor, A. Now here's the variation line. Never met a girl like D minor to A. And then it's the same again, A minor, D minor to A. And then we got the main sequencer while the lead plays the riff. It's pretty easy because it's the same sequence through the song. And that's it. Verse 3, the lyrics sit a little different to the chords, but we've still got the same thing going on. It's a great exercise for you guys to listen to it and really make sure that you can hear where the chord changes are too, just incidentally, you know. It's making sure that you use your ears when you're learning songs is really important. Don't believe me or anyone else that says, oh, you should play the song this way, this is what the chords are. You should be listening to it and checking and make sure that it sounds like it's the right thing. And if it doesn't, maybe there's either the guy explaining it's made a mistake, or maybe you made a mistake, you know, writing it down or working it out or whatever, you know. So those little... The ears, fantastic inventions for playing guitar. The other thing I'll just mention, because later on in the course we look at the minor pentatonic scale, the little is almost exactly a C minor pentatonic scale. There's one extra note. All C minor pentatonic. There's just one extra note there. Now, I'm not going to go through and explain that to you exactly, because I want you to work it out. If you know, when you've worked out your C minor pentatonic scale up at the 8th fret, it's starting on the 10th fret of the 4th string. There's a little hint for you. It's just going up the scale. Back down. Up, and then a jump, back up the scale, the weird note, and back again. It's a really simple riff, and it's a great one that you know, beginner guitar players should be working out rather than using tabs. So, you know, grab the track up, you know, and have a listen to it and see if you can work that out as well, because it's a good fun little thing. Have fun playing this tune. It's a real good one. Later on, you might want to revisit this one, as I mentioned before, and use the C minor chord instead of the A minor, the F minor instead of the D minor, and the G minor instead of the E minor. But you can hear just having that. Just sounds slightly more like the record. You know. Stick to the beginner one if you're a beginner. Later on, when you got your bar chords, go and check that other one. That other one. I'm running out of mouth speaking ability. I don't know what is going on, so I shall say goodbye now before it stops altogether. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.